Subscribe now and press the bell icon. Never miss an update.
In the world of Islam, after the last Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ended the chain of prophethood while began the chain of sainthood for guidance. Many saints came to the world. One of them is the saints of Allah whose name is blessed, Hazrat Syed Sultan Ali Shah Bukhari. His surname Abu Said and his title is Wali Busund Sharif. His father name is Mubarak Said Kulbat Shah Bukhari. He visited Piranabad, Manshehra on Wednesday 29 April 1885, 13th of Rajab 1302. At that time, Maharaja Pratap Singh ruled the Indian subcontinent. His genealogy can be traced back to the 37th generation of Hazrat Ali Karamullahu Wajh al-Karim. His spiritual and intellectual Sadat family knowledge was rich in external and internal sciences. His honorable father and honorable mother were also calendars of time. He received religious and worldly education as well as spiritual training from his parents since childhood. Since he was inclined towards spirituality from childhood, his parents gave him spiritual training along with other sciences from childhood. One night he attended the Mazar-e-Sharif of his grandfather, Hazrat Sultan Muhammad Shahid, known as Shahji Baba. After the zikr and thought gathering, he slept there at Darbar Sharif due to prayer and night. At night in a dream, he had a visit to the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him. And then he was ordered to attend Hazrat Syed Ali Shah Bukhari, known as Hazrat Syed Saheli Sarkar. When he appeared before Syed Saheli Sarkar, so Hazrat Syed Saheli Sarkar saw him and said that we were waiting for you. And then for a long time he was in the service of Syed Saheli Sarkar and achieved the goals of inner suluk and consciousness. There were camps of giants and witches in Busund Sharif. Famine was at its height. No crops of any kind were produced in Busund Sharif. The people of the village were very worried. An elder told them that your people should bring a Sayyid Ahlul Rasul, someone from the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, his descendants and family to your village. With his arrival and blessing, all the difficulties will end. So the people decided and all the people came together to Hazrat Syed Babaji Murad Ali Shah Bukhari Sarkar and requested him. He said, I have married my daughter to Syed Sultan Ali Shah Bukhari. So I gave permission to my daughter, but first you Hazrat Syed Babaji Gulbat Shah Bukhari Sarkar. Take permission from Hazrat Syed Babaji Sultan Ali Shah Bukhari Sarkar, who is the respected father of. Those people went to Hazrat Syed Gulbat Shah Bukhari Sarkar. So he told his son Hazrat Syed Sultan Ali Shah Bukhari Sarkar to go to Busund Sharif. On the same night, Hazrat Syed Babaji Sultan Ali Shah Bukhari Sarkar was ordered by Hazrat Syed Saheli Sarkar in his dream that the guests sent by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have come. You should go to Busund Sharif, there you are needed. So he came to Busund Sharif in 1942. When he entered the boundaries of Busund Sharif, he stood there and prayed and pointed to village with his index finger and said that now there is no place for you in this village. He stayed there and the villagers saw flames rising from different parts and also heard the sounds of screams. After that day the villagers never saw these creatures again, nor did their animals disappear again, while the bathing pool of these witches was water channel on north side of Busund Sharif, which is called Shahla Kikata. To the east, Changamari still exists today as Jugandan in Jora to the south. He built a mosque in Busund Sharif by working day and night for the welfare of the village. He continued the teaching of Quran and religion in the mosque. He himself used to gather the children and adults of the village in the mosque and gave them religious and worldly education. He lit the candle of Islam in the hearts of people and drew them towards the consciousness of life. He built water wells in places so that people don't have to go far to the river to get water, and clean water is available. He used to go around all the villages every night and quietly put the goods at the doors of the needy so that they don't have to reach out. He founded a school in the village where he himself used to teach the children in the school. Along with this, a part of the land in Piran, Khairabad, was also dedicated for building a government school. After the construction of the school, he served as teacher for some time in the same school. He was the first to light the candle of knowledge in Basunda Sharif, and even today the whole area is being blessed with his light. He was also a great sage, due to which incurable patients from far away would come for the treatment, and he would keep them with him for 3 days. He would have looked at the patients with his spiritual gaze, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would heal them. He founded the Langar Khana, where everyone could eat and stay in the village, where he used to arrange food for travelers and the poor, which continues till today. He had mastery in Urdu, Persian and Arabic language. He has written various books in Urdu, Arabic and Persian, in which the history of Sadat Bukhari, family of Sadat Bukhari, sayings of Sadat Bukhari, Bahar Hikmat, Munajat Sultani, includes medical diary, Irfana Kalam, Jamil Alast, Duai Saifi, a pen genealogy. Apart from this, the living conditions of all the spiritual leaders were also recorded in this book. He also used to organize teachings of Quran and Hadith in the village on a large scale, which continues even today. He was a Qalandari Faqir. He had his spiritual position from people for a long time, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala proved something else. Azizur Rahman, son of Qazi Muhammad Irfan Awan, a resident of Basunda Sharif, says that I wanted to pledge allegiance to a perfect mentor, but I have kept a condition in my heart that I will pledge my allegiance to the mentor who will come in my dream. After praying this in the presence of Allah, he fell asleep. At night, he saw a dream that Syed Sultan Ali Shah Bukhari is riding on a horse, and along with him, he with 3 sons. He came close to me and started saying, Azizur Rahman, Allah has sent us as a wali, Murshid and guidance, in order for you to be given a spiritual grace. All you had to say was that my eyes were open. Azan of Fajr was happening. I quickly performed ablution and reached the mosque because I knew he would be in the mosque. After performing the prayer, I came near Hazrat Sultan Ali Shah Sarkar, and he said, as soon as I saw him, that I kept myself hidden from the world, but your condition lifted my veil. You would have already known from the inward sight any questioner that would have been present to you, and you would pray for the questioner. People from far and wide flocked to him and were blessed by his grace. No crops were even grown in the village except barley and herbs. When the people requested him, he went to their lands, and the same year, for the first time, the best crops of wheat, corn, etc. grew in the Basunda Sharif. Epidemic diseases even spreaded. By his prayers, Basunda Sharif was forever protected from epidemics and diseases. It was his spiritual grace that by prayer, wild beasts had left the area of Basunda Sharif. After his spiritual position was revealed, the flood of his faiz and blessings river was in this state, that the one who took hold of his feet, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bestowed his grace upon him. The world of the one who looked at him with grace changed forever. While he was a medical expert, he was also a spiritual healer, because there was poverty in this area. He used to treat these people with herbs, but actually he used to cure the patient only by looking at their souls. He used to worship at night alone in his blessed room. Ismail, a person from the village, said that he was enlightened the people in Busand Sharif about 3 sciences, which includes medicine and agriculture and religious sciences. But one day one of his followers, Syed Shafi, was sent from his house with food. When Syed Shafi entered his room, he saw that his blessed body was scattered in different parts, and the voices of Allah who coming from among them. He was terrified and ran back to tell everyone that he has been killed and dismembered. When he reached home, Syed Shafi was surprised to see that he was at home. No devotee ever saw him in such a state after that. His wife used to put a chicken on the stove and cook 1 kilo of flour bread. Devotees and travelers from the whole village and from outside would also eat langar food, but the langar would not run out. Even giants used to get education from him. Often the smell of perfume and the recitation of Holy Quran would be heard in his room. The name of his Khalif among the jinn is Emperor Baralit. His efforts are noteworthy for independence of Pakistan. He supported the Muslim League, the establishment of Pakistan, and took part in the jihad in Kashmir with enthusiasm. Qaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah and mother of the nation Fatima Jinnah also used to visit him. He will often be visited by married people from far and wide, and with his prayers they would have children. He often used to say that we are nothing, everything belongs to Allah, and that is right. Do the service not tomorrow but today. He used to instruct all the visiting devotees to observe the Panjgana Namaz or 5-time prayers. He has made many prophecies about the times to come, which are present in his books and which are being fulfilled with time. Pinned Hashim Khan Wali Hazrat Pir Said Imam Hussain Shah Sarkar, who was the calendar of that time, and he was father of Hazrat Babaji Murad Ali Shah. He had his sons Hazrat Syed Murad Ali Shah Sarkar, who lived in the village of Mira Amjad Ali, and he was Sahib Kashf and Karamat. He married his elder daughter with Hazrat Syed Sultan Ali Shah Bukhari. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave him 7 sons and 1 daughter. His first son Hazrat Syed Azmat Hussain Shah, who died at birth. After him Hazrat Syed Badshah, who passed away at the age of 4. After him a daughter was born. Hazrat Syed Ful Badshah also died in childhood after him. Hazrat Syed Fida Hussain, known as Jaan Pir Bukhari. Hazrat Syed Diwan Ali Shah Sarkar, known as Syed Bukhari Bad. Hazrat Syed Izzatdar Hussain, known as Nanga Pir Majlub Madraza Wali, came to this world as his last son. Hazrat Syed Qudrat Hussain Sarkar is known as the living and absent saint. Among his 7 sons, Hazrat Syed Diwan Ali Shah Bukhari Sarkar was his Sajada Nishin. After Hazrat Syed Diwan Ali Shah Sarkar, his Sajada Nishin, Sheikh al-Hikmat Hazrat Syed Pir Jaan Ali Shah Bukhari, Marwatiya Jahaniya. Mazar Sharif of Hazrat Syed Diwan Ali Shah Bukhari, District Mandi Bahauddin, Tahsil Falia, Village Pehriya Nawali, Mahala, is in Pir Bukhari, and his Urs Mubarak is celebrated every year on the 15th of Sha'aban with great enthusiasm. Hazrat Syed Sultan Ali Shah Sarkar in Qutla, Dipalapur District, Ukara, on 24th of August 1995, 27 Rabiul Awal 1416 Hijri, Thursday at 2 o'clock in the night, after performing the Tahajjud prayer, and in front of Mia Khan and Liaqat Gilani and other devotees, he raised the slogan and the praise of Narai Takbir, Allahu Akbar, God is the greatest, and then chanting Risala, the Haidari Risala, and 3 times by saying Jaan Pir Zindabad, by reciting the word of martyrdom, and the word of martyrdom, the Creator went to the truth and passed away. At that time his blessed age was 115 years, 3 months and 25 days. 3 or 4 days after his death, his body was brought to Busand Sharif, where his last rites were performed. The constructions of his mazar and shrine was started in 2008 under the auspices of BNS Trust, registered Islamabad. The constructions of his shrine and Mazar Sharif was completed in a period of 3 years, which came under the shadow of his son and Sajjada Nishin Hazrat Syed Ali Shah Sarkar. His Mazar Sharif is an example of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa province, especially in Tanaloa area. His Highness Hazrat Syed Ali Shah Sarkar, after the constructions of Mazar Sharif, built a mosque and a guest house there. Later in 2012, a museum and a library were also established for tabarrukat. After his veiling, miracles have been appearing at his Mazar Sharif. Alam at his shrine used to light up automatically at dusk without any oil. No oil was there and no one was there to light the lamp at that time, and the dry wood with which the flags were planted would become green, thick trees, while the ground was hard stone. Even today, devotees from every corner of the world are here with the intention of attending. They come to celebrate his Urs Mubarak. His Urs Mubarak is celebrated from July 10th to July 13th in Busand Sharif. He wrote many Irfana Kalams in his life which became very popular.